The Okyenhene Osajifo Amotia Oforipeng has described a document in circulation covered with his image under the caption Agyapadie as a total fiction fabricated by those determined for years to create and fund a hate campaign against the Oforipeng household and Okyenhene. The book, whose content suggests a detailed strategy aimed at positioning and maintaining Akyem people at commanding heights in all spheres of the Ghanaian economy, has popped up again, gaining prominence in both traditional media and social media. The Akyem Abuakwa State Council meeting held over the weekend addressed some of these concerns as the Okyenhene called on his kingsmen and Ghanaians to treat the book with the contempt it deserves.
Yeah.
From 2016.
Yeah.
I'm not Dubai.
Yeah.
All the guys have been now.
Yeah.
I see my agenda.
Yeah.
I see my Japan.
Yeah.
So yeah, to say.
Yeah.
I was in my master.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I got a Japanese.
Yeah.
All kinds of possible.
Yeah.
I hope it's some. I want and this is another yes, they are here, and they are this massive. The yes, we are our poor.
Yeah.
Never before the applicants, they must all.
Yeah.
Send me the bubble. Yeah, I mean, we are the same. Yeah, we are not like another party now. Now we are two. Yeah, before the address. Yeah, all Kazania, let's tell me about now. Yeah, the one said, all per se, all this was together in town. Yeah, and Ghana, Waka. Yeah, in town. Yeah, yes, honestly. Yeah, yeah, but two of them out here. Yeah, what guy? Yeah. All of them out here. Yeah, what's challenge? Yeah, yeah, but yeah. If you are never die, let's die. What's my boy? Yeah. Obiama, and post here. Yeah, but the kingdom, yes, yeah, but yes, yeah, all yeah, but so yeah. So how will you know? Yeah. Any person of water? Yeah. Any air? Yeah. Any yeah. Everything and buy. Yeah. And also yeah. Apa some money? Yeah. Saturday. All cities. Yeah. Or partner and you. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Eastern Regional Correspondent Maxwell Kudo joins me live with more. Maxwell, explain to us what he was saying. Maxwell, please unmute so that we can hear you clearly.
Sorry, Fosti. So, the Osajifo was addressing a gathering of his kinsmen at the Akyem Abuakwa Traditional State Council meeting over the weekend when the matter cropped up. He referred to the document as a fiction, or some fictitious document cleverly fabricated to propagate hate campaign against the Akyem people. Especially, he says that the masters of that document intend to create hate between the Akyem and Asante and the other tribes in the country. He was particular about the fact that this document mostly comes up whenever we are going for election. 2016 election, the same document cropped up, being referred to as the Agyapadie or Akyem project. He said in 2019 and 2020 elections, it popped up again. And then when the Agyapadie business became a problem, people rephrased it and then referred to the document as Agyapadie. He questioned who in his right senses will harbor such an intention and then document it with his picture as the cover page. So he encouraged his kinsmen and all Ghanaians to treat the document with the contempt that it deserved. He said that over the period, citizens of Achem have dedicated their lives for public service. He mentioned names of several Achem people, prominent people who have served Ghana over the period with dignity. But there has never been any extraordinary development in Okyenhene. So he is so much shocked that people will peddle this falsehood aimed at creating enemies for the Achem people. So he encouraged the people to treat the document with the kind of contempt that it deserves, and also encourage Ghanaians to challenge people who are working about with this document, claiming that it's a document that has been put together by the Achem people. So by and large, this is what Osagyefo is saying. He's saying that the document is not true. It never emanated from the Oforipenyi Fie, and that people deliberately go to radio just to create hate for the people of Achem.
Thank you, Maxwell Kudo, our Eastern Regional Correspondent. Let's do some other stories now. Former Deputy Finance Minister and MP for Boise West, Kwesi Quartey, has attributed the current economic woes of Ghana at both the national level and in households to bad politics and economic mismanagement. In a rare write-up titled, "To Break the Eight, We Must First Break the Norm," the recently removed chairman of the Finance Committee of Parliament, Mr. Quartey, says the way Ghana's economy is run is no different from a Ponzi scheme. Or portions of that write-up is coming up on your screen shortly. And it says, "We NPP are looking to break the eight. It is an expectation coming at a time when hostile external factors have imposed considerable hardship on the average Ghanaian voter. But it is not just external factors that threaten our chances of electoral victory. The economic problems Ghana is facing today at both the national level and in households are also the cumulative effects of many decades spanning different governments of the bad politics and economic mismanagement that have characterized the governance of our country." Now, he details 4 things the NPP must do if they hope to break the eight. And one is they must first acknowledge the past and present failures of the political class to provide the kind of quality leadership required to avert the mess in which they find themselves and we find ourselves as a country. Number 2, he says they must adopt deep and far-reaching reforms to address the decades of bad politics and economic mismanagement. He says we must convince voters that we shall be ruthless in our determination to fix this country and that we shall stay the course no matter the challenges and that there shall be no sacred cows. The third point, he says we must lead by example. We must address concerns about how much of our national resources we spend on ourselves as politicians and take steps to overhaul the corrupt public procurement regime we inherited from previous governments and have continued to live with. Number 4, he says once we lead by example, we can say with integrity to our people that we are sinking in a common boat and call on all Ghanaians to duty. Now, flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has issued a warning to future party appointees stating they will be held accountable and punished for any misconduct. Speaking at the grand launch of the party in Tamale, Northern Region, he announced that the party's manifesto will be unveiled next month in the Central Region.
This is our last opportunity to save our democracy. Our youth have lost faith in our democracy. If you read the Afrobarometer survey, you'll find that trust in democracy is at its lowest in our history. And this is our last opportunity to salvage our democracy. So it is not going to be business as usual. For those who wish to serve in the new administration, know that you're coming to serve in an administration of modesty. You're coming to serve in an administration of honesty. You're coming to serve in an administration of hard work. And you're coming to serve in an administration of accountability. And so as we hold the previous government accountable for wrongdoings, if you serve in the John Mahama government, the next John Mahama government, if you are accused of wrongdoing, you will also be punished and held accountable. Because it is going to be, as they say in the Akan language, Aba yedibo techino, enwa en yedibo bang. And so if you want to serve in this administration, you must be prepared to be accountable. We're going to launch our manifesto next month in August, before the end of August. And we're launching it in Central Region. So Central Region, when you go back, start preparing. We're coming to launch the manifesto. And when we launch the manifesto, there are a lot of interesting things there. We will spell out the blueprint that we intend to pursue to change the fortunes of our country. But let me just mention a few, and I think Nana did. Our women are the majority of our population. And our women dominate the commerce, trade, agriculture, agro-processing sectors of our economy. And yet sometimes our mothers and our sisters need just 1,000 Ghana cedis to be able to use as capital for their business, and they are not able to get it. And that is why Nana said, we're going to set up a National Women's Bank. It is going to have its branches in the markets, in all the places that women do business. Your bank, your women's bank is going to be there. And it will be responsible for giving you small credit so that you can grow your businesses and be able to look after your families.
Well, the NDC campaign coordinator, Professor Joshua Alabi, says despite comments by some leading members of the NPP, the party will peacefully hand over power if it loses.
We are here to launch the fight against state capture. We are here to fight and move to the Flaster House come January 7, 2025. But like you know, this election is different. Democracy, like I've always said, is about our welfare. It's about our welfare. So when you talk about democracy, it's not like a football match between Bewa United and Savannah Stars. No. It's not like a football match between RTU and Northern Arrows. No. It's our welfare. In a football match, your team wins, you go and drink beer and you sleep. But this one is about your community development. It's about Ghana moving forward. And what do you see today? We are moving in the wrong direction. And that's why we are launching the vote for change today. And the commanders who are going to lead us, we have the National Youth Organizer and we have the Women's Organizer. You see, as we've always been saying, these people, they'll lose and they'll hand over peacefully. Even common hotels, they hand over peacefully. Left alone the main election. So those who making noise, they will hand over and run away.
Well, it is less than 24 hours after the Grand National Campaign launch. Maxwell Kudo is still in Tamale, monitoring the mood there for us. Maxwell, what can you report? Maxwell, you have to unmute for me to hear you clearly.
Yeah. So we're good now. So
yes, I can hear you.
It's a calm Sunday afternoon here in Tamale. Usually it's hot, but today the weather is very cool, and it's been very cool, since morning. We've been out and about trying to gauge the mood and see how residents, how the people who live here are responding to yesterday's grand launch by the NDC. We're in the Central Business District of Tamale, where we've been interacting with some women who are, they seem quite excited about the NDC's policies, especially the promise about the establishment of a National Women's Bank. In the Central Business District, where we just returned from, the women who I interacted with told me that they do not have collateral to access loans, and sometimes in times that they have access to loans, the conditions and sometimes the interest that come with it is not favorable for them. And they think that getting access to soft loans with a very relaxed terms will really go a long way, to help them. And so they say they are very excited about the National Women's Bank promise by the NDC. Some men who have also been engaging seem quite excited about the 24-hour economy policy. They say that will mean that there will be more vacancies, in existing jobs that they can take up, because they say they are struggling to find jobs. Some of them are now doing menial jobs, and they usually come to the market just to find, some of these menial jobs, to do. And they believe that the 24-hour economy will rescue them from this situation that they find themselves. They are also happy about the National Apprenticeship program that the NDC says it is going to launch. Some people who I spoke to, however, say they are cautiously optimistic about some of these promises, because they say that with the current situation and what they have experienced, they say with the benefit of hindsight and what they experienced with this current government, they only have to be cautiously optimistic so that they do not have their heart broken in case or if the NDC wins power and they do not implement some of those policies. So it's more of excitement, optimism, but they say they are cautiously optimistic. Driving through town, you see some of the NDC paraphernalia still hanging around town. You see some cars still having, the NDC paraphernalia driving through town. The talk of town here in Tamale, the Northern Regional Capital, it's about the NDC campaign launch.
Thank you, Maxwell. We'll be waiting for you when you return here to Accra. Let's do some other politically related stories. Now, the NPP has been providing updates on its Director of Communications following his near-fatal accident on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. Richard Ahiamba was on his way to Kumasi for a party program when the unfortunate incident occurred. According to a statement signed by the party's General Secretary, Mr. Ahiamba is in a stable condition and is responding positively to treatment. The NPP further expressed its heartfelt gratitude to all well-meaning Ghanaians for their overwhelming love and well wishes. They added that the attending doctors have advised limiting visitors to ensure Mr. Ahiamba receives adequate rest during his recovery. The statement ends with the appreciation of everyone's earnest prayers and support during this time. The Techiman South Communications Director of the National Democratic Congress has accused education authorities in the area of targeting NDC teachers with politically motivated transfers. The party, at a press briefing addressed by its constituency communications officer Al-Hassan Issa, alleged that the ruling New Patriotic Party is influencing the move in order to stop the transferred teachers from communicating for the party. And Asabit has more in this report.
Addressing the press at the Techiman South Constituency Office of the National Democratic Congress, Constituency Communications Office of the party, Al-Hassan Issa, alleged that members of the party's communications bureau who are teachers are being subjected to politically motivated transfers, a move aimed at discouraging NDC communicators from contributing to radio discussions within the area.
Fellow countrymen, media friends, ladies and gentlemen, we invited you this afternoon to air a worrying situation that is showing its ugly head in our political dispensation in the Techiman traditional area. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the NDC as a party will not accept such blatant disregard for the rule of law and lay down procedures of Ghana Education Service in order to satisfy the political agenda of Ms. Quartey and her paymasters. The NDC will protect all communicators against political witch hunting at their job places with all legal means possible.
Alasan Issa described the actions of the headmistress of the St. Francis Catholic Basic School as fabricating lies, only to ensure that a member of the party's communications team, Mrs. Naomi Dua, is transferred out of the area even though she is innocent of all charges leveled against her.
Ms. Quartey lied that Naomi Dua always go to political talk shows without permission. The Ahimbronusu Siso, Sedu Salifu, and Quartey, Ms. Naomi Dua sat to reach an agreement, and Quartey agreed that 1 hour in a week on a talk show does not cost anything, and she always inform her before going on any talk show. Ms. Quartey's hatred to the highest degree towards her is because she speaks for the National Democratic Congress.
Regional Communications Officer of the party, Mohammed Mustafa, believed members of the party's communications network are being targeted, with other NPP teachers allowed to do their work as party communicators.
The NDC communicators in Techiman traditional area have been targeted with politically motivated transfer. So if we are in an election year and this is what the NPP will do, we are begging them to stop. I know NPP guys who are also teachers, just like Bariona, whom I was teaching with at Okyenhene of Seniors before he moved to community-based senior high school. Quartey Jonah is teaching at Mount Carmel's Girls Senior High School. Likewise, the others. It's government work. Everybody should work. And let's safeguard the identity of a Ghanaian public worker.
The party is also appealing for the intervention of the Ghana Education Service and asked that it will resist any attempt to illegally transfer its communicators out of the area. Mr. Fosun Sowa is the party's constituency secretary for Techiman South.
I'm appealing, let me use that word, to the directorate, of course, Techiman Municipal Directorate, that the CSOs, the officers there, should sit up. I beg all of them that they should sit up. This is not how school should be run. So I beg all of them to come in to find a better lasting solution to this problem for all of us, so that NDC will be fine. Other than that, when power changes, I think we'll do same to them. I must be frank.
Anna Sabit, Joy News, Techiman.
The Okyenhene of Nsawam Traditional Council, Nana Kwame Bafo II, has cautioned neighboring traditional authorities, particularly the more traditional council, to stay away from encroaching on Nsawam stool lands. This comes after the more traditional council is alleged to have claimed that the Kintampo waterfall and the Kintampo yam market are situated on their land. Nana Kwame Bafo II is appealing to government to intervene in order to bring peace to the area. There's more in the following report.
The attention of the Nsawam Traditional Council was drawn to a recent press release by the More Traditional Council over the alleged installation of Nana Kweku Busi as the Kintampo. Paramount Chief of the Nsawam Traditional Council, Nana Kwame Bafo II, who described the said installation as unlawful and illegal, admonished the general public to disregard the message, as Kintampo has been with a validly nominated chief since the year 1973.
He has installed one Busi of Kintampo as the Sumpahine of Mo traditional area, with the stool name Nana Kweku Busi, with additional responsibilities as Kintampo. The Nsawam Traditional Council takes strong objection to the said release, in that there has been and in existence since 1973, a validly nominated, elected, and installed Okyenhene in the person of Nana Awutikufo, who was given government gazette recognition as far back as 1979.
Nana Kwame Bafo II was also quick to urge the Mo Traditional Council to desist from laying claims to the Kintampo waterfalls and the Kintampo yam market, which according to him are both situated on the Nkranza's true lands.
In addition, the Nsawam Traditional Council is informed that the Mo chief is laying a false and illegal claim to the Kintampo waterfalls and Kintampo yam market, which are all situated on portions of Nkranza's true lands. The Nsawam Traditional Council advises the Mo Traditional Council keep off its lands from the two sides in its own interest.
The Nkranza Traditional Council is therefore appealing to the general public to disregard attempts taken by the Mo Traditional Council to destabilize the peace of the area, as the land dispute between the two traditional authorities is being resolved by a court of competent jurisdiction.
The Nkranza Traditional Council would wish to point out that the Mos were vassals of Nkranza State for centuries. And it was with the permission of Nkranza too that the Mos too and its people gained their independence under the British colonial administration in 1919. And in granting the Mos independence, the then British colonial administration and the Nkranza State demarcated the boundary between the Mos and Nkranza with a supporting site plan, which has been observed by the two stools since then. It was until recently that the Mo started to make adverse claims on portions of Nkranza's two lands, which has resulted in a suit at the High Court, Sunyani, which said suit is yet to be determined. The Nkranza stool wishes that the Mo Traditional Council would keep off its lands pending the final determination of the suit.
Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Nkranza.
Let's take you now to the Ashanti region. How many persons with hearing impairment have you noticed holding any leadership position in Ghana? Well, in the following report, Clinton Yeboah engages some persons with hearing impairment who are decrying their exclusivities. They want to be given the opportunity to hold more leadership positions in the country. This is his report.
In Ghanaian society, where societal barriers block chances for women to flourish, Mabel, a 36-year-old mother of one, is seemingly breaking boundaries to succeed. As a hearing-impaired woman in a society that habitually undervalues her capabilities, Mabel's challenges date back in her childhood when she encountered a resistance from her parents on her desire to pursue education. Mabel was, however, poised to live through the skepticism surrounding her.
When I wanted to go to school, and my parents think that I'll not be able to read and write, so I find it difficult to go to school, or I cannot even socialize with my classmates. But when I went to school, I was able to interact with my classmates. I was able to do everything. I set up, an action plan for myself. And I have this conviction within me that I can succeed.
She stepped into adulthood only to meet new challenges mutated into her quest to be a professional teacher. The stereotypes and prejudices she faced in her teaching pursuit were daunting.
And at the same time, when you go out there to look for a job, it's another challenge that as a deaf woman you face, because they think that you will not be able to work like your co-worker who is a hearing person, and so you have to work harder to be able to justify that you can do it.
Like Mabel, a number of persons with hearing impairment in households and even in corporate environments face one challenge or the other. According to the 2021 population and housing census, over 470,000 people in Ghana have some degree of hearing loss. How critical it is to be able to communicate outside their group is an enduring setback, hindering their socialization efforts. Holding substantial portfolios in Ghanaian society is a notable neglect faced by the majority of persons with hearing impairment. Salamatu Ibrahim, the national president for the women's wing of the Ghana National Association of the Deaf, says the language barrier is accounting for this, criticizing the media for relenting on efforts to mitigate it.
Sign language is a medium of communication, but we have illiterate deaf out there who will not be able to understand the Ghanaian sign language. There are so many things that actually appears on television and radio, but because we are deaf people, we hardly hear this information. We don't get access to this important information.
The Ghana National Association of the Deaf has recognized lack of communication skills, confidence, and leadership skills as further obstructing many women in the group from taking essential roles in society. 20 of such women across the country have undergone a 3-day training to maximize the use of their soft skills. Seydou Musa, Programs Manager for the Ghana National Association of the Deaf, says increased training, recognition and promotion of Ghanaian Sign Language too will lead to full realization of their linguistic and human rights.
So there are some structures, though, that are weak. And for these people, they will need, the major thing they will need to be able to contest in leadership position in the country is sign language interpreters. So when sign language interpreters are available, and they will be able to go around to make campaigns in the communities, in the electoral areas, and the constituencies that they want to contest, they should be able to do this freely. So this program is designed to build their capacity, to enhance their capacity, so that they'll be able to take up leadership roles in terms of NAS structure. So we have the regional leadership and the national leadership. So when they are able to be trained on communication skills, on leadership skills, and also on confidence, build their confidence, they will be able to take up this leadership position that we are talking about.
Hopefully, such training programs will endear persons with hearing impairments like Mabel to aspire to take leadership positions. Reporting for Joy News, my name is Clinton Yeboah.
109 students from Ghana have been selected to go on an educational trip to the Netherlands and the USA as part of a partnership agreement between Ghana Agri Consult and the American Chamber of Commerce Ghana. Speaking at the summer camps Holland pre-departure briefing in Accra, Managing Director of Agri Consult Obri Ampong emphasized the importance of summer camps and international partnership in broadening the experiences of Ghanaian children, particularly in areas such as artificial intelligence and robotics.
We are a member of the trade promotion organization that represented today as part of promoting international trade between Ghana and other countries across the globe. We think that using summer camp and having partnership with companies abroad to help these kids move from Ghana, from their comfort zone, and see what is happening in the world. You can all bear with me that in this 21st century, it's a competitive world. We have trending issues like the use of AI, robotics, STEM, and all that. We think that our children should move out from our comfort zone, go and learn these trending issues that we think can benefit them much.
External Relations and Special Project Officer of the American Chamber of Commerce Ghana, Jane Autry, encouraged participants to be ambassadors of change, promoting the idea that Africans can and should speak up without fear.
Because of people have this perception that Africans do not speak up. I want to encourage the children to speak up. They should speak up when they need to speak up. They, being the ambassador of change, is going to change the perception that people have about us. They should be able to speak up their mind when they need to speak up their mind. They should do things together. And I also shared to them that divided we fall, together we stand. They should speak the language of Ghana. They should let people see what we are. They should let people see that we don't live on trees.
We are members.
World Vision Ghana has supported victims of Akosombo Dam spillage in the East Gonja municipality of the Savannah region. Several communities in the area were displaced, while properties worth millions were destroyed. There is more in this report.
The relief items donated by World Vision Ghana included hand washing equipment, commercial dustbins, and water purifiers. 200 households were also supported to construct household latrines. Speaking to the media after the donation, the Northern Regional Operations Manager at World Vision, Francis Guma, said an assessment in the municipality showed several homes needed the support.
We identified the figures, identified the communities, and the need to quickly intervene. As a team, we moved in, we did some assessments and identify the needs. Once we identified the needs, this is a response we needed to quickly move in. So at that time, we realized that water, that's quality water or clean water for them to drink, was an issue. So we had to quickly provide water purifiers for them to be able to purify their water for utilization. In fact, after providing the purifiers, we realized that we could not just end there because people were displaced and people needed shelter. Yes, World Vision, we do not do shelter, but we had to work with other partners like NADMO to make sure that people were moved from where they were affected to higher grounds so that they could move away from the floods. Fast forward, we realized that there were other challenges and other needs that we needed to meet. So some of these needs were basic food for them and etc. So we had to make sure that we revise our budget for development work and we release 25% of our budget to support the relief or the response.
The NADMO director at the East Gonja municipality, Adam Bremer, said NADMO has begun sensitization following an announcement by VRA of an expected spillage.
Akosombo, that they will open it. So we are all around, we are going around by sensitizing them. Those are at the lower level, they should climb to the higher level. So that is what we are now doing. Always we are on them, talking to them, sanitizing what is coming. So we tell them, look, please, there is another one disaster coming. So please, we don't want what happens 2023 should happen 2024.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed excitement about the support.
First, no, intimi share yamban school. But why vision for no mobile? O ma chere yensa na djuma ye liquid soap parazo deto enkwa yesra pa cho beble mu no kra no yanya mfaso wom anya mfaso wom ayetimi nye bi asu ye mba no so asa su yankasa yenso.
Members of the general public have been urged to prioritize their health by engaging in regular medical checkups to help in identifying signs of ill health for early diagnosis and treatment. Medical practitioner at Zonu Hospital, Malcolm Bumbokori, was speaking at a health screening exercise organized by the Bunu East Regional Chapter of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, and he said periodic medical checkup is an essential component of preventive medicine and health promotion. There's more on this report by Anas Sabit.
Members of the Bunu East Regional Chapter of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, as part of activities to mark the group's 25th anniversary celebrations, benefited from a free medical screening exercise to help in the detection of underlying health conditions for early attention. Jacob Anaba is the National Vice President of NAGRAT.
One of the issues we have as a country is that we take our health for granted. When you wake up and then you are able to go to the classroom to teach, you come back, eat, you have some this with your family, and you sleep, you think everything's well. But there are some underlying factors that it is difficult to find out.
The medical screening exercise, which was conducted by a team of experts from Zunu Hospital, provided the participants an opportunity to know their sugar levels, blood pressure, eye statuses, hepatitis B, and their body mass indexes. Malcolm Bumbokori is a medical practitioner at Zunu Hospital.
We actually took on this initiative to actually see our people and then to probably see certain things or certain signs or certain symptoms that they're having that we have to see early and then what help them out.
Malcolm admonished the general public to adhere to regular health checkups to enable them know their health statuses early for attention and desist from only attending the hospitals when unwell.
Considering our population and where we find ourselves in, the people are not really compliant in attending regular checkups at the hospital. They rather wait when they have symptoms, then they come in. Instead of you coming early, at least if something was starting up, we would have been very early to see. But they come in at the stage where they have these symptoms. And then there are some, mostly those that come with this chronic illness, like chronic liver disease, chronic kidney disease and stuff. At the stage when they come in with, there's less you can really do about it. So we just give you a supportive lifestyle or things that will probably help prolong your life. But we know your time limit is a bit shortened.
Anna Sabit, Joy News. Teachman.
As part of the Cosmos Innovative Center Agri-Tech program, participants embarked on an annual market research tour across the country to engage with key stakeholders in the agricultural industry. Now, they also set out to identify pressing challenges and develop innovative solutions to address them. In the Ashanti region, 118 students from the Jura Agriculture College embarked on an agribusiness tour aimed at showcasing job creation opportunities and inspiring them to transform their ideas into innovative solutions. There's more in this report.
During their tour, the students visited 6 agri-businesses, including 2 in Techemai in the Bono East region and 4 in the Ashanti region, where they engage with management teams to gain a deeper understanding of their operations, challenges and successes. At Ghana Nut Company Limited and Star Rice, the students received hands-on insight into the production processes, marking a valuable learning experience. James Asma and Emanuela Ahin share their experiences.
I came to the realization that soya beans is not only for cooking, unknowing that you can extract oil from it, and these oils too are very nutritious. And I also learned about shea butter, which is used in the manufacturing of candies, and also it can also replace cocoa, in a sense that all the components that cocoa nut is having, that's the same thing that the shea nut is also having. So, in fact, this trip has blown up my mind to wide expectations.
I know that the waste from shea butter can be used to feed poultry and cattle as well. This and many more are the things that we are learning. So, if you are a student or an entrepreneur within the agriculture sector, there is nothing that you can't find. Please find opportunities. If you don't find them, you are not going to see it.
To explore innovative solutions for streamlining farm produce transportation, the students visited Zip Line. Through engaging with Zip Line's team, they sought to gain a deeper understanding of how similar cutting-edge technology and logistics could be applied to reduce transportation time and increase efficiency in the agricultural value chain. Dr. Benjamin Abuaji Danso serves as the faculty advisor at the Jura Agricultural College and Mechanization Center, providing guidance and support to students in their pursuit of innovative solutions in agriculture.
We are expecting them to identify problems that these institutions are facing, or if there are some drudgery, waste, whatever it is that could be a problem. These students, we are expecting to be able to identify them and find innovative ways of solving them. Also, whatever they are seeing, we are expecting them to think about how they can also implement those strategies to solve other problems. So if you are seeing Zipline, for instance, and Zipline is distributing drugs, how can you also use the drones to transport other agricultural products? These are the kind of thinking that we are looking at.
At Peace and Love Vegetable Growers Association, students had a feel of how the farmers have been able to sustain their farming practice in the heart of Greater Kumasi. Nora Decent Mensah says,
the major challenges they are having is they are into organic, but they don't have an organic fungicide that will help them in their vegetables. So as an agri-techie, the one problem that I have realized is that I'm going to sit down, make sure that I used that idea, whatever that I've got here, and plan on getting that fungicide so that I can help solve their problem.
Other places visited include Premium Foods Limited and Hakama Company Limited. Margaret Matlomote is one of the technical leads at Ejura Agricultural College and Mechanization Center.
Looking at all the sectors we have gone through this morning, I believe that they have asked relevant questions on what these sectors are actually doing to come out to be the best on the market, how they are doing well in the market, what is making them do well, and then how to even penetrate or stand with competitors that are in the market. And so this visit, I believe it will inform our students, it will orient their minds and build their confidence to enter into agripreneurship.
The Cosmos Innovation Center Agri-Tech Challenge comprises two elements: the Agri-Tech Challenge Classic, tailored for aspiring entrepreneurs, and the Agri-Tech Challenge Pro, designed for established startups. The Classic program is a comprehensive 7-month annual initiative that focuses on cultivating passion and fostering innovative mindset among students and young graduates, empowering them to become catalysts for transformative change in Ghana's agricultural sector. A report by Mohamed Nuruddin.
So I think that's one of our major challenges.
The Kolebu Teaching Hospital and the Liver Cancer Foundation, Dr. Sariofie has urged Ghanaians to go for medical screening for hepatitis B, C, and liver cancer to enable them detect the cases early for treatment. He noted that the sea of cases that are brought for treatment are often at the advanced stage of the disease, which very little could be done. There's more in this report.
Reliable statistics from the Jiriba municipality on the prevalent rate of persons contracting hepatitis B, C, and other liver diseases is on the ascendancy. Concerned about the general health of the constituents, Jiriba Member of Parliament Kwesi Quartey, in collaboration with the Liver Cancer Foundation and the Jiriba Municipal Health Directorate, held a medical screening for the people to enable them diagnose early these medical conditions for treatment. Jiriba Zongo Caucus Coordinator of the NDC, Mohammed Omar, shed light on the exercise.
When you come to the Jirapa constituency, it is realized that many of the people are having this hepatitis B virus without knowing that they have it. So during the interaction with the community members and health professionals, the Honorable MP got to realize that this particular condition is prevalent in the community. So he thought it wise to engage Liver Cancer Foundation people so that they can come and organize this health screening for the good people of Jirapa constituency. So this afternoon we are here. You can see the crowd, the number of people who are here to assess this health screening. As of now, we have finished more than 253 people, and we are still on.
Leader of the medical team for the Liver Cancer Foundation and surgeon at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Sariofie, stated that the aim of the Liver Cancer Foundation is to detect the cases early to enable them take the necessary steps to cure or manage the disease.
So mostly we see people with liver cancer, and about 90% of them, when you see them, it is so advanced that nothing can be done. So the only way you can operate on a patient who has liver cancer and achieve some cure is when you see the disease very early. But majority of them come very late. And it is not their fault, because by the time you have symptoms from liver cancer, then it is a very advanced disease. The liver cancer is caused mainly in our environment by hepatitis B and C. And then a few other causes we will discuss when we are talking to the people. What happens is that if we're able to identify somebody who has hepatitis B, then we can follow up the person, treat the person, and then always scan the liver to make sure that there's no liver cancer. So before you can be able to diagnose liver cancer very early, you have to be scanning the patient's liver every 6 months. Anybody who has hepatitis B or C, your liver must be scanned every 6 months. When that is done, if cancer is developing in the liver, you will see it very early, and then you can achieve a cure.
The medical screening exercise is tied to the celebration of the World Liver Cancer Day, slated for July 28, where they use the opportunity to educate and sensitize the populace on hepatitis B, C, and liver cancer.
Many of the people we have met throughout the outreach, some of them know about hepatitis. Some of them have also heard about liver cancer because it kills their relative, but they don't know the connection. So we also try to let you know that the hepatitis, if you take it serious, you can prevent yourself from getting liver cancer, or even if you get it, we will detect it very early and then provide some cure for you.
Scores of residents thronged the Tisa Market and the Jiriba Loro Station for the exercise. Jiriba Communications Officer of the NDC in Nkabo Mbitalis urged residents of the constituency to take advantage of the free medical exercise provided to know their medical status for treatment.
Tomorrow they will continue to hang junior high school, they'll be there, Ulo Islamic, they'll be there, and then Sabuli. All the nearby communities are encouraged to go and join to take part in this exercise. Nobody is left out, no electorate is left out. The MP actually wants to cover every electorate so that they'll be healthy to vote for him.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam, Jiriba.
Well, that's it for Joy Newsroom. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com.